We are tired of you dumping heavy metals all over our county.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not the one to talk to about
No,
that.
but you are, but you're the one that's doing it. So I've been taking rain samples. I have over 20 samples, and every time you fly, we get high amounts of aluminum, barium, strontium, titanium, magnesium. So I want to know, are you aware of what you're doing? I know you think it's like to increase water supply for Turlock and Modesto, but it's not really happening.
How much have you looked into, the weather manipulation stuff? There's a lot of conspiracies out there on it.
My 20 rain samples will show you that on the days that you're spraying or releasing your flares, we have copious amounts of aluminum, magnesium. There's been some barium, strontium, and titanium sphere. Is titanium also in your flares?
Weather manipulation is on everybody's mind right now. You make it rain, so thought this would be a fascinating interview to be able to talk to somebody that knows actually what the hell's going on.
Dude, I run a weather manipulation company. so yeah.
The aftermath of Hurricane Helene still inflicting maximum pain on communities in North Carolina. Many still cut off from power, running water, and communications. The death toll still rising. By an NBC News count, 121 people are now confirmed dead.
Have you heard of Project Storm Fury?
No.
The U.S. Air Force, in collaboration with the U.S. Weather Bureau, which eventually became like NOAA and the National Weather Service, they were flying into the Atlantic Ocean to seed hurricanes to try to mitigate the amount of damage that they did before they broke against the eastern seaboard.
What if this does intensify hurricanes or take the rain away from the Amazon and create a drought? I mean, once it's happened, how many people would pay the price by making the Sahara green, eliminates the rain in the Amazon? Then we got to figure something out immediately because it's going to affect all those people.
The first time that anybody successfully intentionally modified the weather was in 1946 in western New York. They made it snow over the Appalachians. What the idea was in Operation Popeye, which is what we did in Vietnam, was to extend the monsoon season, cause more precipitation over the Ho Chi Minh Trail to impede the logistics of the Viet Cong. When you take your first drink from the cup that is the natural sciences, you find atheism, but down at the bottom of the glass, there's God staring back at you. I wanted to study physics because I wanted to see whether God was real or not.
And then you get introduced to Peter Thiel.
I was invited to a fundraiser for Blake Masters at Peter's house in LA. And that was the first time that I met him. That was before I became a Thiel Fellow.
Technologies, often referred to collectively as geoengineering, that potentially could help reverse the warming effects of global climate change. One that has gained my personal attention is stratospheric aerosol injection, a method of seeding the stratosphere with particles that can help reflect the sun's heat in much the same way that volcanic eruptions do.
Like I said, there's just so many conspiracies about weather manipulation. Was the Hawaii wildfires, was that part of, did that play anything into that? There's the Helene, Hurricane Helene in North Carolina, did that play anything into that? And
Milton in Florida.
yeah. Well, a lot of people are really skeptical of weather modification, me being one of them.
On the geopolitical side, the technology's potential to alter weather patterns and benefit certain regions of the world at the expense of other regions could trigger sharp opposition by some nations.
And so why do they want you to do this? I mean, is it the aquifers or is it farming?
Yeah, the aquifers are running out, the farms. You know, the states actually pay to the tune of tens of millions of dollars a year. And then at the federal level, hundreds of millions. They pay farmers not to farm. They pay them not to farm because they don't want them to use the water.
No kidding.
Right now, if you look at like the border of Egypt, Sudan, and Ethiopia, Ethiopia just built a dam on the Nile River. Egypt will collapse if they do not have enough water. I think it's Mark Twain who said it. Whiskey's for drinking and water's for fighting over.
So is this like a significant amount of birth control in the water?
Yes.
And there's an infertility problem.
Yes.
How does it affect males, do you know?
It makes you more asexual. Yeah, so it makes you less of a guy and more of a sort of, I don't know, like the way that most guys are now.
The way that most guys are now.